Man, the gaming PCs that you can find on eBay nowadays are pretty bad. Now, yes, there are some outliers that are pretty decent deals, but some of the gaming PCs that people are selling on eBay are downright scams. The listings are wrong, the titles really oversell things that don't really matter, and overall, they just really take advantage of people that don't really know anything about PCs. And because of that, we decided to go back into eBay to find more of these gaming PCs to showcase some of the really weird ones that exist out there, and today we found this one, and yes, this one is an absolute doozy, and I can't wait to open this PC up. But first, a word from today's sponsor. Are you tired of your unactivated Windows install on your gaming PC? Well, today's video sponsor, GVG Mall, has you covered. GVG Mall is an online marketplace to gain access to really awesome discounted game keys, and more specifically, as we mentioned, Windows 10 licenses.
It is incredibly easy to get your Windows 10 or 11 activation key from GVG Mall. Just use code TB20 to get a special discount, and then all you have to do is take that code, put it into Windows, and boom, you have an activated Windows copy.
We have been working with GVG Mall for several years now, and we love the reliability of all the products they have to offer, so be sure to check the link in the description down below. Use code TB20 to save on your next purchase of a Windows key or other product from GVG Mall.
So we're just gonna go ahead and do a disclaimer. These parts are old. I'm talking like the CPU is about 2011, 2012, the GPU is also about 2012, so we are talking over 10 years old for almost every component besides the case, and interestingly enough, this whole entire build, the gaming case takes up a third of the budget or possibly more, and that is something that we really don't agree with, but we do want to take a look at it. We do want to test games on it. We want to try to give it a fair review because $300 for a gaming PC is very cheap, and it does look really cool in the pictures. We just really want to dissect it and know why they did it. Did they just make it look crazy to kind of trick people into buying it, or does it actually perform pretty well?
So yeah, we're not going to waste any more time and open this thing up because I'm ready to see what it turned out to be. Oh, the big knife is back.
The Bowie knife, the one that you guys hate when I use. You guys
be
are like,
careful.
oh, he's using it wrong. He's gonna cut himself.
It's fragile, be careful.
I am a freaking survivor. I'm a warrior. Guys, check out this gaming PC. It's so rare to see these in the wild. But anyways, boxing wise, we're looking pretty good. We are double boxed. They actually have their own logos. We don't even have that. So I mean, hey, they're definitely ahead of us. But yeah, they've definitely been around longer than our PC selling business has. And we've checked them out quite a few times actually. I mean, they're a very prevalent like eBay seller. Have we seen them on Amazon or?
They started selling on Amazon, I think in like 2019, 2020.
Okay, so yeah, they've definitely moved around a little bit. But yeah, long story short, this uses a really crazy looking case. You guys have probably already seen it in the thumbnail, and we have not gotten to see it yet, so I'm very curious. You can see this is totally unopened, so we're gonna try to give this thing a fair review. Hopefully nothing showed up broken. I mean, I am pretty excited about the packaging. They did a good job. That's something we really do recommend, is double boxing everything. So this is just like our basic quick start guide. They talk about plugging in the graphics card. Let's see, new hardware getting installed, Wi-Fi setup, Windows update. Let's make sure I didn't say anything about Windows being unactivated. And
these
Fortnite.
are old settings, by the way.
Yeah, this is, we actually watched, they have I think it's a link in the video that talks about, hey, here's how you can run Fortnite. They only benchmark Fortnite, which, whatever, at least they have benchmarks. Some companies don't even have that. But the benchmarks are like, I think they're like 4 or 5 years old. They're very old. The game looks totally different, does not run anywhere near the same. But I mean, you can see this is kind of what we would go for. This is before they even had performance mode and everything too, which is kind of funny.
And they recommend 1600 by 900, so at least they're not lying 1080p, but...
They're not, but I will say the gameplay did not look great. I mean, it was like 30 to 60 FPS, but that's like low settings. We're talking about some pretty high millisecond latencies too, but we'll see. Maybe Fortnite has gotten even better. I will say they have made it to where it can run on anything at this point with how they've done some of their downscaling. Yeah, the case, I almost thought it'd be a little bigger, but it does make sense. All right, I'm gonna shock test. All right, I see our power supply. So yeah, this case is a little bit more of like an open design. You know, it's kind of one of those, like, I call them like the Master Chief style, kind of alien-like cases, Transformer.
It's what Alienware wants to be sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like that, except much cheaper.
Oh my lord.
Much cheaper. Yeah, we're upside down right now. Oof. Cable management does not look amazing. Let me go ahead and raise the table back up. This is definitely an interesting looking case. So if you want to know about this case, this is pretty much just an AliExpress special. I'm not saying they got it from AliExpress, but it's very much like a China special. It's not like a name brand Thermaltake case or anything. It actually has their logo on the front of it, so it might even be one that they kind of have mass produced. So, but as you can see, we have some exposed fans. They do at least put a grill over it. Thanks you for that, because I might put my finger in if there's not. We do have USB 3, which is cool. It might just be adapted. I'm gonna come around to the front here though, so I can really see what's going on. So, oh man, as always, they really crank these down. All right, so our power supply is a B Gears power supply. Does not appear to have any ratings. It is a 550 watt. It's the Vigor, which I know we have seen this power supply before in some other similar eBay builds. Not something that we recommend. Now, I'm not gonna say that we have never sold a PC with a bad power supply. We just don't go out of our way to buy them. It's more of, if it comes with something like this, we will use it. Or if we're doing just such an insane dirt cheap build, we'll use them. But we don't really recommend them. I am happy that the SSD is actually mounted. I was like convinced it was just sideways for no reason.
It's a decent brand too. Oh, we have a big issue already.
Okay, so for you guys at home, if you don't know what this is the 24-pin rail coming off of the power supply. This is the main power. Like, without this, I can promise you, I can plug this PC in all day. It will not turn on.
Show them that it won't turn on.
You know, I'll prove it. Weird. I'm like, you know, it almost looks like it just was never plugged in, but I guess there's a chance maybe this, I mean, it wasn't from China, so I don't think it went through customs and they would have like unplugged anything. So yeah.
How much would it throw you off if it actually turned on?
I would be like shook, but yeah, I mean, power switch is on in the back. We're not getting any power. I am glad this power supply at least does. A lot of these cheap ones don't even have power switches. Yeah, no power. I'm gonna leave it plugged in and I'll kind of show you guys what we need to do. Let's make sure there's nothing else wrong first, because it's definitely a little scary. So our cooler appears to be on right. It actually is, look, it's their own brand. Oh no, it's B Gears.
B Gears stock cooler?
So weird.
That's weird.
We only have one stick of RAM and it appears to almost be like a low profile stick. Yeah, I'm assuming it's 8 gigs, but oh yeah, it is. It's a low profile stick of RAM and it is a,
golden memory?
It could be 16 gigs maybe, because it does have 16. The RAM could not get like any cheaper than this. It does use Kingston ICs, so I guess that's cool and all, but yeah, I mean, it is DDR3, like some OG DDR3, which obviously this build is pretty old, and I think there's a good chance that this is a 1st or 2nd gen. So yeah, we'll see if that's what it actually ends up being. A lot of times we have not had good luck with these companies in sending the actual parts they claim. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in, by the way, guys. 24 pin, it's very easy. I mean, if anybody got a PC like this, if this is all that's wrong with it, I guess that's, you know, good, but at the same time, like,
I can see how it came out. It didn't look like it clicked in very well.
Yeah, definitely weird. So this might have been an inexperienced builder who put it together. Now, it does look like we have a dinky little graph. So this is supposed to be a GTX, I think it's a 650?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a 1024 GTX 650, which they probably did not fake this card. I mean, and it has the right displays on it. It does have HDMI VGA display.
650 is the card that's known for being in some of the fake cards that claim to be something else.
So that wouldn't be surprised if this is almost like 1050 Ti, but yeah. So yeah, anyways, 512 gig SSD, that's definitely nice. I mean, once again, it's just one of those things where we need to see what CPU we have in it. We're not gonna take the cooler off because it should have new thermal paste. We'll find out the thermals by testing it, but it just goes to show that like a lot of these companies, this looks super cool. Like for someone who isn't super experienced, and I'll go ahead and make sure this turns on now. It looks cool. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if this has changed RGB. No, it does not. Do we have we have a remote.
Remote, baby.
And it does come with Wi-Fi, but this is one thing that eBay sellers and Amazon sellers really love to do. They're like, Wi-Fi, and you're like, whoa, that doesn't mean anything. A lot of people see new 16 gigs like DDR5, and they're like, damn, that stuff's worth like $100, but it's like, no, it's not really the same. Like this RAM is maybe worth $5 to $10 on a good day. It's definitely one of those things where you really got to do some research and make sure you're kind of caught up to like the current times, because otherwise you really could be paying for something that's not really a great deal. But hey, it looks cool, so I'll give them that.
It's got the X-Wing design.
It's got the X-Wing design, but yeah, so anyways, it does look like it actually has native USB 3, which is cool. It's definitely one of those aftermarket boards, like where they kind of reused old chipsets and stuff. Could even be an AliExpress combo for all we know, but we're gonna go ahead and bring this over to our test bench. I don't expect this thing to do great. We're gonna be talking like Fortnite, Valorant, Minecraft, Roblox. It's gonna play games like that as long as there's nothing wrong with it, but we're gonna have to really tweak some settings, and it's going to be a pretty okay 30 FPS experience, but let's see if I'm wrong.
At least there's an SSD this time. They used to use hard drives, and I would have been very mad if there was a hard drive in this.
Yep. All right, guys, we're playing some Apex Legends, and I want to show you guys these settings before we get in. So we're at 720p, and everything is like, oh wait.
Oh, we found one more
Now
setting.
everything is as low as it can go. We do have the adaptive target resolution to 60 FPS, and you can kind of read that if you want, but essentially from what we can tell, it should auto downscale the game to get that resolution for us. And it looks pretty crazy.
It looks crazy. We'll see what the FPS is going to end up being, but to be fair, they don't really advertise this game as playable, yeah, you can see right now it's not an ideal experience.
You know, I will say one thing that PCs have gotten a lot better at is, or PC gaming, is this. Like the fact that it's making it playable for us is awesome. It just looks so bad.
Yeah, it's technically running okay, but like certain parts, I just saw them look around, it drops to 30, and then sometimes it's in the 60s.
It's definitely actively changing the resolution.
Yeah.
Come here, boy.
Oh.
Bad FPS can't stop me.
Oh.
FPS can't stop me.
The FPS stopped you. Get adaptive for free.
I'm the bluff hunter and I bathe in their blood.
Oop,
I
they're
feel
dancing.
I feel like I'm hitting them, but like I'm not, you know?
Oh.
You can't hit me. You can't hit me. You can't hit me. I'm glad that I have this ult. Oh, no, I don't have the ult. It's gonna be hard to see him now.
Let's go! Let's go!
Yeah.
Good God. Doing that again.
I'll hit him eventually.
Oh, they have better
the grenade's
PC
gonna
than
take me
me.
out.
Oh.
I was hoping it would roll away.
Oh, well, that was a lag spike.
We're only 50% done with this, and I'm honestly kind of over it. It's just like, it's hard to even play. Is it playable? Yeah, if you're willing to adjust the settings a lot, but is it enjoyable at any extent, or to an extent? No, it's not enjoyable.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna go ahead and test another game out. I think, is it Fortnite?
It's Fortnite time. Fortnite should run, but
I think we can make it work, but is it gonna be enjoyable like this was?
probably not. Let's move. All right, gamers, we're loading into Fortnite, and right now we are on native 720p. I haven't touched the 3D resolution scale because we're already at 720p. I can only imagine what it's gonna look like now going down to 25%, but everything else is off right now, and we're getting close to 60 FPS, so not too bad. We'll definitely mess with that 3D render scale once we drop in, but this is more playable. This is fine. It doesn't look amazing, but it's technically playable. Swing, swang, swing, swang.
As of this benchmark recording, we realized the PC's now like $350.
It is $350 now, which is more expensive, which is kind of.
And when you're talking about like $300, $50 adds quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was already kind of ad to begin with, but even
For
more
$50, you could get a much better GPU. So,
yeah.
It is what it is. But the frame rate's getting better now that we've landed here. So, performance settings is definitely doing well with this combination. So, you know, I may not agree with the actual parts, but so far the performance is holding up to where I could say, yeah, you're playing Fortnite.
But are you winning Fortnite? No.
Brother. We go again, I guess. And yeah, I mean, the textures they're all doughy. Doughy textures is how I describe it. We'll see how it holds up as I run around and potentially die within 3 seconds again. 60 FPS. So yeah, I would say if you stick with Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox, then sure, it's fine. But again, it still comes down to the part selection in the case is a little off. This PC should be at most maybe like $200. I don't know, even maybe a little less than that, but like $200, cheaper case, not all the glorified RGB bling. At that point, it might be okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh. They do not miss their shots, buddy. You just got Gideoned.
I've been Gideoned by Skidion. Oh.
He was above you. Oh, God. He's not risking getting shot. There we go. We got
I did it. Let's freaking go.
There was definitely another one in there somewhere.
Ah!
There they are.
Please come back.
You have 2 HP.
There's more people in here. I'm sitting behind my desk. Let me work.
Look at them looking at you.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah!
Yeah,
King Zach, you're done. I'm probably shot in the back by somebody else.
Woo!
Oh, there's someone else.
Dang.
Oh. Yeah, underwater spy. That's such a real player. But yeah, guys, you get the point. I'll do it for the sake of just showing you guys. I'm gonna drop the render scale all the way down. I'm just kind of curious. What is the FPS going to end up
See how
at?
horrible it could possibly look.
The latencies are lower? Oh, yes.
Getting a high refresh rate, baby.
Oh, yes. This is what we have to do to play Fortnite, everybody. But yeah, that's Fortnite. It runs, sorta. I mean, it still advertises a Fortnite PC with similar specs from a system that we bought from the same company like probably about 4 years ago at this point, 3 or 4 years ago at this point. And yeah, they're still selling with the same specs, but now a different case. And you know what? Not an amazing value, but it at least plays the games that advertise that it's going to play. Let's go ahead and run some built-in benchmarks just to wrap up the performance of this PC and just talk about the value proposition again.
All right, guys, we just got done benchmarking this pre-built gaming PC from eBay, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty much exactly what we said. At least it showed up, well, after we plugged in the 24 pin, it showed up working, but yeah, there's just not a lot of good things to say about this. I mean, 300 bucks is really cheap, but I would much rather have an office looking computer for 300 bucks because we could definitely get much better components for that price.
Yeah, that's the biggest downside here is that we mentioned, just based on speculation and looking at the parts in the system, this case probably costs a third of the total budget for this build, and they could have at least gone with a slightly newer GPU. The i5 is okay, but maybe a slightly newer i5. Just slight upgrades to this platform so the system overall makes a lot of sense, but as you can see from the benchmarks on screen, you can see some of the games that are mentioned as being able to play. PUBG was hilariously bad. It was really struggling there. I really think they need to update what games this can actually run. It can technically run Fortnite lower settings. It can technically run games like GTA 5 and PUBG, but that is the same stuff they advertised years ago, and some of the settings for Fortnite are exactly the same. So update some of the stuff here, but overall, it's just not really a good recommendation. But if you want to see more about this PC, check the link in the description down below. Yeah, it's interesting. If there's any other weird, interesting PCs on eBay you want to see us take a look at, let us know in the comment section.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
So if you check out my shirt, which we do sell merch as well, we're going to be selling this PC over there, pcbros.tech, and yeah, it'll probably be pretty discounted. Yeah, you know, we're gonna be honest about it in the ad. We're gonna call it a very light esports PC, but it does have an SSD, so more like office.
Yeah, PCBros.tech, gaming PCs, gaming laptops, and as Jackson mentioned, that merch. You see it around the film set. You can buy merch today and use code ToastyBros2 and check out to save 2% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.
Peace out.